Hey guys, this is Double Chance. It's Mike.
It's Dan.
You know, Dan, I love food. You know that.
Of course, man. You're like the food champion of the world.
And I love, different types of food.
All kinds.
But
all kinds.
I'll tell you, there's some foods that I probably can't stomach that well.
And me, even less than you.
Yeah, Like you wouldn't eat like a lot of normal stuff.
I don't-
that people love.
Yeah,
like
I don't-
tripe. You like that?
I don't.
Tripe is
I wouldn't
delicious,
touch it.
everybody.
I don't eat that.
But there's certain things I wouldn't like, and what I'm going to tell you guys today are some really weird Asian cuisines because Asians love to eat.
Everything
different
under
things.
the sun, yeah.
Like, go to Scotland, you eat like a haggis. Okay, it's a haggis. That's fine. It's a haggis. It's still
Right.
meat from like a sheep.
Right.
But now we're getting into some weird territory. But these are also delicious foods that a lot of people love.
Yeah, basically, these are foods that some people really like and some people absolutely cannot stand, whether or not you're Asian or not. But in this case, even Asians, can't stand them.
That's right. So here are some foods that you either love or hate, and they are definitely super weird. Number one, durian. This is one of those food items that splits families apart. Native to Malaysia and Indonesia, it's a divisive figure in the world of food. It's banned on Singapore subways for its smell even when intact. It's basically the Kim Kardashian of fruits. You either love it or you hate it intensely. And I hate it. Both of them, Kim Kardashian and the fruit.
Yeah, this thing basically tastes like old gym socks and onions. In Southeast Asia, durian is described as the king of fruit. If you manage to hack your way through the prickled armor-like skin that is, and the inside reveals around 10 seeds the size of dates, each covered with a thick custardly off-white meat, the only edible part of the fruit.
We both tried durian before.
Oh yeah, I tried it and I will never try it again. Look, I don't have anything against people that love durian. I can see why it has this quality because inside all of that weird smelliness, there's a little bit of sweetness to it. I can see that.
When I first put it into my mouth, I'm like, oh, this is nice. Then the smell of poo hits me, and I'm like, this also has a texture of poo. So it smells like poo.
The texture is all right for me. The texture is fine. Like what I hate is also like we both live in New York and in Chinatown, literally like they sell durian everywhere on every corner and they advertise it. And like when I walk by, I'm just like, oh man, it smells so bad.
You know what durian can be used for?
What's
Warfare.
that? Warfare?
Because it's heavy, it's spiked. You just
Oh,
toss
yeah.
it over to enemy lines. It'll stink them to death if it doesn't spike them to death first.
Number two, sanakji. This is basically a live octopus that has been cut into small pieces or prepared whole, lightly seasoned with sesame and sesame oil, and served with its arms still squirming, sucking, grasping, and wriggling on the plate. Sanakji connoisseurs enjoy more than just the taste of the fresh meat, they enjoy the sensation, which I find horrifying, of its still active suction cups on the octopus's arms as they stick to the mouth and attempt to climb back up the throat. People who are new to this dish are advised to chew before swallowing to avoid the threat of being choked.
Yo, that's a real threat. It could literally stick to your throat. And what do you do?
This is quite possibly, I heard about, Japanese people, they love fugu, which is the blowfish, but that thing's already dead.
Yeah.
This is alive.
It's alive. And it's just it sticks to you. It's,
Oh
God,
man,
yeah.
can you imagine? It's kind of like on that cartoon, Futurama, where the guy has the tentacles in his mouth, and he's
But
like,
you know what?
Yeah.
This is really funny, but Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was Asian Pirates of the Caribbean and Captain what's his name, the squid guy will come up, the Asian be like, oh, delicious, come.
They literally be like,
Yeah. Oh.
I chalk this thing up to, it's not really the taste. Like the durian, I get it, it's the taste, right? This is more just like for sensationalistic
kinda
purposes.
weird.
So.
It's kinda weird.
But again, either you love it or you hate it.
That's right. Number three, stinky tofu. This is my nemesis and I hate it, but love it or hate it, there's no ignoring it. And typically the rule is the smellier the better. Stinky tofu basically smells like, poo, and is usually stewed, braised, or deep fried.
Now the secret of the stink is the fermentation process that can take several days to a week. Restaurants are fiercely protective of their recipes for the brine that can consist of anything from Chinese cabbage and tea leaves to meat, shrimp, or milk. Many legends say that it was an accidental creation by a careless hawker in Qing Dynasty China who left his tofu stewing for an entire season but found the foul-smelling outcome to be quite tasty. Alright, so Mike, we're 3 for 3 on things that we don't like.
Yeah.
I will never eat this. Like, we actually went on the street in New York. And people were like, what is this? I'm surprised to find there's many Westerners who were like, yeah, it's kind of good. And I was like, no,
here's the thing about stinky tofu. And I researched this.
Okay.
The stink doesn't add to the flavor, it adds to the aroma of the food.
Right.
But I'm just saying, it tastes the same as a regular non-stink.
Gotcha.
So why are you eating, do people enjoy eating tofu in the bathroom? Is that what they're trying to stimulate? Like, I don't understand.
And I have a lot of Taiwanese friends who swear by stinky tofu. They said it's like one of the most delicious things in the world.
Yes.
And I don't get it.
Number 4, balut. Now this thing terrifies me. It's basically a developing duck embryo, and instead of waiting for the duck to hatch and grow up to eventually become a delicious Peking duck, you just boil it and eat it while it's in the egg.
Well, food journalists commonly label balut as the Philippines' much-loved delicacy. In reality, Filipinos are decidedly split over their nation's oft-sung snack. In an apparent attempt to preserve the delicacy's popularity among the country's rapidly modernizing and discerning palates, some schools in the Philippines introduce balut to the young students during science classes.
Yeah, so science class. The most disgusting class ever. Students use balut to study the anatomy of birds. Then afterwards, the teachers make the students, actually eat the egg so it wouldn't go to waste. And if they don't eat it, they get like a low score. So I would just take the F. Can you imagine? That's like when we're dissecting frogs and the teachers are like, yo, eat that. Eat the frog.
Or like baby pigs.
Like worms. Like, eat it.
God.
Don't waste it.
I have to say though, to defend this dish, I've met a lot of people who at first didn't think it would be good, and they tried it and they thought it was quite delicious.
Oh, that's just horrible. That's horrible.
We haven't tried it. We've tried the other ones on this. Well, no, we didn't try the octopus, but maybe we should try this.
I feel bad for their science class, those kids. I mean, luckily you guys are not just dissecting seriously rats or stuff. That's just horrifying.
Here we go, number 5, and this I love. 1,000-year-old eggs. The 1,000-year-old egg, also known as pidan in Chinese, is preserved in clay and buried in the ground for several months. The yolk turns black and the whites brown, taking on a salty flavor. Despite the smell of ammonia and the rubber-like texture, it's delicious! They can be eaten alone or often served with pickled ginger root. They can also accompany congee or rice porridge.
According to legend, these eggs have existed for centuries, with their accidental discovery dating back to the Ming Dynasty in China. A resident of Hunan province supposedly discovered duck eggs left in a pool or slacked lime, and he decided to try them, which is just weird, but I gotta thank him for his valiant and very gross bravery to bring this delicious item into our lives.
Number 6, drunken shrimp. This is not like drunk chicken or something where the meat is cooked in alcohol. In this dish, the shrimp is soaked in alcohol, but the thing is, they're still alive and swimming, but they're drunk because, they're drinking up all the alcohol, right? Well, here's what you do. You bite off the head to kill it and pop the still wriggling body into your mouth. So this dish, my grandfather ordered this dish about 10 years ago when I went back to Shanghai. No idea what it is, and I was terrified, and he was popping the shrimp out and just, like you said, like he bit it off, he sucked it. You don't chew it, you just suck out the shrimp, and it's raw, and it's covered in usually like a red, really dark wine, and it's the most delicious thing he ever had.
Horrifying.
And one of the things about this dish we forgot to tell you is there's usually a lid on the pot, and the pot is clear, and this is how you know the dish is done, when the shrimp starts popping up to the top.
Are they dead?
No, they're alive and they pop to the top, and then when you open it, there's a little bit of moving.
Oh, that's gross.
But it's not like they're swimming though. You know what I mean? It's.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is a little better, I guess. Tuna eyes. Let me ask you guys, do you like seafood? If you said yes, then you will love these massive, gigantor tuna eyes, because, seafood. Get it? You say you love seafood? Okay, dumb joke. These are commonly eaten throughout Japan. The tuna eyes themselves are sold by the pound. They are typically served fried and eaten with white rice and soy sauce. Supposedly the eyes taste like fatty boiled squid, but that doesn't sound very good. I can't even stand like regular fish eyeballs.
Number 8, larmut dang, or red ant egg. So if you think eating ant eggs is gross, this may not be the dish for you. Red ants are cooked in their thousands with their large white eggs to create a dark, shiny mass speckled with creamy blobs that go for a lot more money than Thailand's other generally affordable fare. Red ants eat mango leaves, so their bodies taste like a squirt of lime. Their eggs, on the other hand, are fatty, like precious morsels. So this isn't that bad, right? It's kind of like like caviar.
I'm hearing you describe this, and I was like, on the side throwing up.
Really?
Like precious morsels, really? Like, oh my god.
I mean,
Ant eggs?
I'll try this. People eat caviar. It's really not that bad
Oh,
if you think about it.
people eat fish, they don't eat ants. You're talking about ant caviar.
Well,
That's gross.
I don't think that's bad. A lot of people eat like chocolate cover ants and.
But you know what they do say? There's
What's
so
that?
much ants in the world that
Yeah.
if we ate only ants, they'll actually solve the world hunger problem.
Right, but
How are you gonna catch them all?
only if they provide you with nutrition.
They do. They're very
Okay.
nutritious.
All right, let's go open up an ant farm and
Yeah.
cook the ants and sell it.
Yeah, you do that.
Number 9, baby shark curry. Those who've been to Goa must be familiar with the sight of baby sharks in the waters there. But did you know the same baby shark is the main ingredient of a star dish of the Goan cuisine? I am talking about the baby shark curry, which is, as it sounds, curry made from little baby sharks.
Number 10, Kopi Luwak. You like that? This
Oh,
is
yeah.
just pure nasty for me.
This is on my bucket list, bro.
You know, I don't like coffee, first of all. And secondly, I especially do not like coffee made out of beans eaten by like little cats and then pooped out. That's like, I draw the line there.
But this coffee is high quality thanks to the ripened coffee beans the animals choose to eat, and then its digestive system supposedly to help add more flavor to the coffee.
I mean, people have said this is one of the most expensive coffees in the world.
It is the most expensive coffee
Okay,
in the
this,
world.
this world is coming to a horrifying place when we are paying so much money for cat poo coffee. Like really? Like you pay a lot for your coffee already. You would pay. How much would you pay for cat poo coffee?
Well, I wouldn't pay for this because it's a lot of money, but if somebody offered it to me, I would
How about
gladly
this?
try it.
How about this?
Yeah,
There are a lot of stray cats in New York.
right.
Let's you know find some.
First of all-
feed it coffee beans.
First of all,
it'll poop.
it's-
You drink that.
It's not the cat that you're thinking about. All right, they're Indonesian like wild cat-like animals. Okay, it's an animal that you only find in exotic Indonesia.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me
Okay.
ask you this though.
All right.
Somebody had to have done this, like
Right.
found coffee beans and cat poo, and grinded it up and drink it. First of all, that's already
Right.
messed up. That's already
Right.
pretty messed up.
Right.
Secondly, how do you know a regular cat poo coffee isn't just as good? Maybe somebody
Right.
just hasn't done it yet. You could be the pioneer of New York City straight cat poo coffee. That could be you.
God, that's $1 billion idea, Mike.
Just sell it really high price. You'd be like, yo, it's like this Indonesian cat's cousin that pooed.
I think you have a problem with animal products. Like, for example, I'm down to try the bird poo facial. You're not. I'm down to try the Kopi Luwak. You're not.
Yeah, guys, back me up. Who thinks this is absolutely disgusting? Cat poo coffee. Anyway,
Right.
guys, so those are things that you either love or hate, but
Yep.
we can all agree those are pretty weird food items.
That's right. Let us know which ones you love, you hate, are willing to try, and let us know if we left out anyone from this list.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See ya.